Hey, what's up? Rafael Cortez here, your wholesaling business blueprint coach. Question number one, why are you looking at the wholesaling business blueprint program in the first place? Maybe it's because you feel like there's something else out there. You just don't know how to tap into it. Maybe you're getting, confused as to knowing where to start. You don't know what steps to take first, what to hit first, then what to hit later. Or maybe you're already doing some deals out there, right? You just feel overwhelmed. You feel like you're caught up in the rat race. Whatever the reason may be, it doesn't matter how you articulate it. At the end of the day, it comes down to one thing. We usually start off in this entrepreneur journey because we have, a single dream, a single desire, and that really comes down to freedom, right? It comes down to freedom of time, financial freedom, and at the end of the day, having the freedom to choose our options. And for some reason, you ended up finding out that real estate investments and particularly wholesaling might be your best vehicle for that freedom. Now, say that you jump into it and you graduated from YouTube University, you understand the theory behind wholesaling, but you're still not quite sure how to get started or how the whole process kind of plays out, right? And let me make this clear. It's not uncommon, even if you already have a few deals under your belt, to feel like you're running around like a crazy person, only driven really by a glorified sense of hustle, right? That's not the way to do business. I'll make this very, very clear. Hustle is a season. It's not a business strategy, all right? All of this happens really because you don't have a process in place. You don't have a blueprint of how to do business. Either way, if you get caught up in that cycle, the outcome is going to look something like this, right? You're going to struggle to get leads. Somehow, some way, you're probably going to land a deal here and there, and then you're going to have problems negotiating the deal, problems structuring the deal, and I guarantee you're going to end up leaving money on the table when you negotiate, and you're also going to have a hard time moving that deal if you don't have a solid list of buyers. So inevitably, you're going to be getting paid a fraction of what you know that other wholesalers are getting in your same market. So you're leaving money at the table. All right, that just happens, and it's not rocket science. The reason behind that is really because there is not a process or a systematic approach in place, right? That's what happens when you run off of just hustle alone. Hustle is going to get you places, right? But again, it's not a business strategy. Hustle is a season. Now, in the wholesaling business blueprint, we use hustle, but we use it as a tool, all right? Living in the hustle is the life of a solopreneur. It's not sustainable, and it can drive you to burnout within the first 3 years of being in business. All right, so that's not how you want to kick off your wholesaling business career, especially when the degree of rejection, the degree of challenge it's very high. I mean, it's a highly competitive market. It's a highly competitive industry. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it takes grit, tenacity, and consistency to get to that space, right? But for that, we have the blueprint in place. How do you get around that? How do you get around the limited results, the burnout, and everything else that comes in whenever you're just kind of throwing spaghetti on the wall and seeing what sticks? Well, the short answer is you build a business. You build a business as you're getting to your next deal. So I can't emphasize this enough, all right? You build a business, not a side hustle. You can't automate, you can't delegate, and you can't elevate a side hustle. So you want to build a business. The wholesaling business blueprint is driven by the less business, more profit philosophy. Less as in lean, effective, strategic, and simple, right? If we have the ability to turn a business into a lean, effective, strategic, and simple machine, you can automate it, you can delegate it, and you can elevate it. And that's exactly what we do. So what I have is a methodical process of generating leads, converting leads, negotiating leads, and actually putting this whole thing in place, one step right in front of the other, so you can walk away with the biggest profits while creating win-win scenarios. And it's simple, really. You can delegate a business, but you cannot delegate a side hustle. Now, let me tell you about the wholesaling business blueprint, and this is how it all comes together, right? The foundation of it is based on the less business, more profit series. When you build a business like this, you can delegate it, you can automate it, and you can elevate from it, right? Meaning that you're going to end up with a business in place, not going to be self-employed forever. So there's ways of coming in and hiring and structuring your business in a manner that it's going to be profitable, and you're going to be able to sustain that company. So we run business by the numbers. We don't do things here by throwing spaghetti on the wall and kind of shooting from the hip. Everything that you come across here is tried and tested. We run off of metrics, we run KPIs, so we actually run a business. And it doesn't matter where you're at because this whole thing is based on solid fundamental business principles. I mean, that's what it comes down to. And it's not one of those programs where you're given a login and a password and then you have to go forth and execute. During our live coaching calls, we come in and we break down stuff and I walk you through the whole process of getting to your next deal or your first deal while making everything make sense, right? So it's one foot in front of the other and you have support the entire way. And I know maybe at this point you have an idea what wholesaling is or how the wholesaling business model kind of works, but trust me on this, all right? It's very different. It's kind of like having a box of Legos, all right? So you have an open box of Legos and you don't know where they, what pieces go where. It's kind of like that. You have all kinds of information scattered around. A lot of times it's not the theoretical approach of things. It's the lack of clarity in the order of things. So what do I hit first? What do I hit after that, right? So again, everything is linear inside the wholesaling business blueprint, and we literally put one foot in front of the other as we go through the whole thing, taking massive action along the way and making things happen. If you're considering signing up, I gotta warn you, there's a lot of rejection. It requires a lot of tenacity, grit, consistency, and having a drive with a desire to succeed as opposed to just having the interest of building something as a side gig, right? So it's gonna take that kind of tenacity to get to the goal, but the reward is well worth it. And I walk you through the whole process. I mean, here I teach you systematic and cost-effective ways of lead generation, meaning that we have the blueprint to keep generating consistent leads and give you more opportunities to get deals done. I'm gonna teach you how to convert the leads and pre-qualify the leads, how to have those meaningful conversations with sellers, and discover their true motivations behind the sale. Why are they calling you, right? How to run comps, how to analyze the deals, how to make the right offers. We're always testing the market activity, right? So we're always tapping into current market activity and seeing what's relevant. So as you go through a process, you're gonna see the highs and the lows and everything that's taking place, right? That's why we break down everything during the live coaching calls. And of course, I teach you how to put together your contract and negotiate massive deals to get deeper spreads and end up with win-win scenarios. All right, here's the fallacy. Most people think that because we're wholesaling, we're automatically going for the throat, right? When it comes to sellers and making offers and the lowball offers. At the end of the day, there's ways of structuring deals where everybody walks away with a win. If you come in with a solution-based mentality and you're having that conversation with the seller through a solution-based mentality, the money is going to be a byproduct, right? And the money is great. It doesn't mean that it has to, you have to suffer on your end and get, lower, smaller spreads. It doesn't. If you come in with a solution-based mentality, trust me, the money is going to be a byproduct. And the way that we structure the deals, the methodical approach that we have to building profit into different sections of the conversation end up making sense, right? So now you have a structured way of negotiating a deal. You have a logical approach to presenting your offer, even when it's negotiated at a massive discount. On top of that, I teach you how to negotiate deals in multiple different ways. We're not just a one-trick pony where we offer a wholesale offer and then if it doesn't work, we walk away. No, we have multiple ways of monetizing leads. And that's how your closing ratio goes up. That's how your bottom line goes up. That's how your profits go up, right? You want to have multiple tools that you can tap into. We will have conversations about creative financing. We'll have conversations about options. We'll have conversations about just different ways of structuring deals that you can walk away monetizing that original lead. You're spending money on marketing, right? That's the thing. We want to monetize as many leads as possible and walk away with win-win scenarios. On top of that, because we are building a business and we have a very systematic approach to things, I give you guys a full CRM to manage your business effectively. And we kick it off that way, all right? So you're starting off with the foundations that you need to actually build a business and get to your first deal. So you're learning and you're earning at the same time. We have complete deal breakdowns and help you through the whole process. There's a lot that's involved in the platform of the Wholesaling Business Blueprint. And at the end of the day, I think one of the biggest things to consider here is that we are in the middle of a huge, if not the biggest real estate opportunity of our lifetime, all right? And you have everything you need to kick it off and be a part of it in the Wholesaling Business Blueprint. So now the choice is yours. The natural train of thought when you're building a business is survival, okay? So most people, whenever we venture, and this is, I speak for myself on this, but whenever I started my first business, I was in survival mode. So I was, everything was fear and uncertainty to me because I just didn't know how things worked out. I was looking at everything as an expense. I didn't see the possibility of, earnings and coming back and return on investment and that sort of thing, right? So that's one thing. But if you stay on a survival mode and you stay under the blanket of fear and uncertainty for a long, long time, the bad thing about that is that it becomes a habit. Now you're doing everything anchored to a survival mentality. If you're serious about creating a life by design and you're serious about starting a wholesaling career, kick it off the right way. Turn the paradigm on its head. Take control of your actions by following the blueprint that's already been laid out. The road is already paved. You don't have to come in and then reinvent the wheel. You can get creative after the fact, after you have a bunch of deals under your pipeline pipeline and you feel like there's more room for growth, trust me, you're gonna get to that point where the challenges that you see now seem so little, right? And you're gonna expand your thinking, your perspective is gonna grow, your awareness is gonna grow. All of this goes hand in hand with the pursuit of living your best life. And the reality is that you found the vehicle that can give you the freedom that you're looking for. The financial freedom, the time freedom, and more importantly, the ability or the opportunity to live life by design. So take action now. Build a predictable and systematic business. Start off the right way, all right? Build a predictable and systematic business that gives you deals every single month, not just every now and then. Build a business that you can actually automate, delegate, and elevate. That way you're not an employee, for the life of the business. You actually own the business. You can hire people in. You help them build their dreams through your vehicle. So now as a business owner, you become a vehicle yourself for those people who fall under your leadership. So yeah, when you take the bull by the horns, I mean, at the end of the day, or the rhino by the horn, at the end of the day, the possibilities are endless, right? You can come in, you can create this machine that's gonna give you the ability to reach or tap into the freedom that you're looking for. You can create different levels of the lifestyle that you wanna create, for yourself. You can build a business, again, that's predictable, that you have, leads coming in, and then you have deals being worked, and now you have acquisitions people, and now you have people converting your deals on the back end of it, and now you have this full machine that's in play, right? What happens after that? I don't know, but now you have a machine, right? You can scale it if you want to take over the world. You can dial it back and live a very comfortable life with, 5 deals in the pipeline every single month. Again, the possibilities are endless, but it all starts with you making the choice. And think about it. You could be wholesaling the right way by tomorrow morning. Stay focused. You got this.